Broadcasting live from the luxury suite on the plain of Kylum, this is Tap Tap Concede. Welcome everybody to Tap Tap Concede. My name is Graham. Joining me is Wheeler.
Thank you for having me, Graham. It's great to be here.
Always a pleasure. Also, James is here.
Yo.
Yeah. And this is part 2 of our 2022 year in review. Yeah. This show is brought to you by Card Kingdom. Please check out cardkingdom.com/LRR. That lets them know that we sent you when we do that because we like working with them because we think they're great. And their prices are good and their customer service is excellent. And if you tell them that we sent you, you can get a little button right now. It says, "If I live, I have lethal." Also, this show and everything we do is brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Thank you. Really appreciate it. So, continuing on from last episode, where we left off at January to June of the year in Magic the Gathering, we pick up on the 1st of July, where they raised all the prices.
Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's they announced that prices for booster products are going to go up 11%.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. They must have been doing pretty poorly. In order to make that, must not have been bringing in that much dough off this product, huh? Off this, well, not more than a product, really.
It's a big
Brand.
leap. It's a big jump.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I mean, I don't know. I recall at the time being like looking into when they last raised prices, and it had been a while. But the whole thing's weird without, because there's no MSRP anymore, and there hasn't been for a couple of years. I know that's a problem for a bunch of folks because it just means that, like, Wizards can say, like, we expect this will probably sell for this amount, and everyone except Wizards is like, yeah, but it won't. It's going to be higher than that.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah.
Very good.
Great start to the episode.
The packs aren't that much. I mean, this is just anecdotal, but I'm trying to think of like how much I would pay for a pack of cards. I mean, there's inflation, but like a booster pack of like legions. Like, what did I pay at Curious Comics? I think it must have been $4.50 to $5.
Yeah.
Canadian.
Also, yeah, we do get here in Canada, we do get tariffed slightly on paper products. Yeah. I say slightly, but yeah, we definitely feel it.
Anytime I talk about the price of product to Yanks, they lose their mind. Like, just they don't.
With how expensive it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you factor in the exchange rate.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And then Australians are just like, "You think you've got a bad mind?"
Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that really bugs me is secret lair shipping. It's free in the States, and it's very expensive to Canada. And as I know from talking to people, prohibitively expensive to Australia.
Mm-hmm. And one of these days I will pay you back for that secret lair.
Right, yes.
I keep bringing it
It's
up.
okay. You're not the only one.
Okay.
July 7th, actually, this is funny. We touched on this in the last episode. This is when Alchemy Horizons Baldur's Gate came out on Arena. So see previous episode for all of that. July 8th, Double Masters 2022.
Wait, so July 7th, it goes online for Alchemy. And then 8th, Double Masters.
In paper. Yeah, because Double Masters never came to Arena, obviously. It did come to Magic Online, but...
Huh.
Yeah. So Double Masters... we talked a bit last episode about how there was some criticism of Commander Legends that it didn't have all the reprints.
Mm-hmm.
And while we cannot know, and to be clear, we don't know. Like, I've done creative text a couple times. That's all I know, right? We don't actually have internal knowledge. So we're operating under the same assumptions you are. But people surmised that some spicier reprints were held out of Commander Legends to go in, or because they already were decided to be in. The order they work on stuff it's a little unclear, to be in Double Masters. And I would believe that.
Yeah, I could see that. Maybe. It does feel a little conspiratorial. Like it makes sense, right? Like I can envision a world where that happens.
I really try not to tinfoil hat too much because there's so much of it, and a lot of it is just obviously wrong. But this one, I could believe that if they were like, no, we want to put the, not because it's like, the thing is, stuff will routinely get framed in the worst light possible. And
yes, I've been on the internet.
I would, well, I mean, in terms of motivations,
Yeah.
right? The idea that Wizards went, no, don't put that card in Commander Legends because this will sell anyway because of Commander, so we want to actually hold it to put in Double Masters because then that'll get them. That's silly. I think that's very silly. I think it was much more like, oh no, we want to have that for this set, so you can't have it because we decided already that we're going to have it in this set. Oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
I don't think there's some sort of frankly, I don't think there's a master plan. And that's damn with faint praise there, I guess. But I feel that it's much more likely that it was a situation of just like, oh yeah, okay, that's just kind of how things shook out, rather than like.
It feels very weird that they're like that, because that is a person and a take that exists out there.
Yeah.
I have seen it.
Oh yeah.
But it feels very weird that there's like that idea that this is something nefarious. And it's like a cartoon villain, like embodiment of a decision where it's like, I mean, yeah, they put cards in sets to sell packs.
Yeah.
And, I don't think there's any like scheming around that.
No.
Maybe planning. They would plan a set. That sounds right. But
how was Double Masters?
I love it. It's great. I got a soft spot for the Double Masters sets though. I mean all two of them. But they've been fun. I drafted a lot of the first Double Masters on Magic Online. And
you know what confused the heck out of me was in Commander Legends. You take how many cards?
2
out of every pick. Every pick.
Yes.
But Double Masters, you take 2 cards out of the first pick of each pack. And it doesn't say this anywhere.
No, we confirmed.
It's not written down.
If I may, we confirmed it like 5 minutes before recording the first draft.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like it's nowhere on the product.
No.
Or the pack.
Yeah.
And it's only barely on the information page for that product.
Yeah, but like in the box, there's the sheet of like the draft archetypes, and it's like how to draft Double Masters. And on that sheet, nowhere does it say to do this.
Yeah.
All right. That was a good PPR.
That was a good PPR.
It was a good PPR. We did the live draft.
Yeah.
We
hadn't done that before.
No, I think that was the first time we've done a live draft on the PPR. We had our 3 brand new people, which was great. We had Talia, we had Joey, and we had Cedric. Come up for that one. And it was a ton of fun. That was a great PPR.
That was super fun to watch.
Yeah.
And then we had the draft cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a new thing.
And
because we'd done that for the Commander Legends draft, but that was recorded.
Yes.
But this was the first time, like you said, that we'd done a live draft as part of a PPR, and it was sort of an experiment because that was kind of, I think it's fine to have this tiny little peek behind the curtain. That was kind of last minute.
Yes. The Double Masters PPR was never meant to be a PPR.
Yeah.
I think I've talked about this certainly somewhere before, but yeah, it wasn't meant to be, and then they reached out within, I think it was like a month or something like that.
Yeah.
Like we had time. It wasn't
felt more last minute than it was.
It always does. But they reached out and they were like, "Hey, we'd like to actually do this as a live PPR because originally it was going to be something else entirely." Which hopefully one day you'll see what that was going to be. Hint, hint. But it worked out really well. The guests were great. I think it's probably where the little car came into play for drafting. Because Talia, they didn't use it, I don't think, but Talia and Cedric spent the entire draft just throwing the cards back and forth from the two far sides of the table. And we're like, we should solve that. Because we did. We have the dolly, but that car, even better. And then that came into play during a later PPR, which we'll talk about later in the episode.
Yeah. We had our tabletops before this year, right?
We got them late last year.
Yeah. They're great. I really like them. I just love that the big one that we use for drafting, it was designed specifically with that purpose in mind.
Yes.
That you can fit 6 people comfortably or 8 people if necessary around that and have everyone visible on camera.
Yeah.
But the first time that we put it on stream, people thought that it was just a really wide lens on a rectangular table, and everything just looked weird and foreshortened.
Yeah.
And we're like, no. You're not going mad. This is a trapezoid. I thought that was really funny. I never actually got a chance to play Double Masters because, of course, I haven't launched Magic Online in, and
it boots a lot quicker nowadays.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Since I guess we can talk about that in a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't here for the thing in paper, but I'm glad it was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It always feels. I mean, in a perfect world, I'm just going to meme this if I say it like that, so I won't. I wish that the Double Masters product was cheaper and more accessible. I also wish for world peace, more news at 11, because it's. I do feel as though there are people that, whether or not it is actually the case, because it is a more expensive product, but if you get together with friends and you crunch the numbers, it's not that more expensive than doing a draft in store. At least for Canada's.
I dropped one of the power zones.
Oh, great! Now we just lost Lauren or Tokasia.
That was you found my little Easter egg.
You turned it around.
I turned it around, so somebody would be like, "Wait,
yep,
look at that!" I didn't actually know they lit up without power.
Yeah, they have lights on the inside too.
Well, I knew that. I thought it required power. I would have turned them on.
Oh, well, no. There's power. There's lights in the base that needs power.
Oh,
that light from below, but they also have lights inside them.
Yeah,
for those only listening.
Great audio coming.
Yeah, for those who are only listening, we have these little Mightstone and Weakstone things that Wizard sent, which is really cool.
Wish Double Master cheaper, more people draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good take. Good take.
Thank you.
All right. July 21st, #1 Victory Royale.
Yeah, Fortnite. We about to get down?
Secret Lair.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah. Okay.
There was a Fortnite Secret Lair. Yeah, which was sort of like the way that Wrath of God, Shrinking Storm. Frankly, this is how people wanted Universes Beyond stuff to be, where it's like it's really just a reprint with a funny name. It's Ethereum Sculptor as the Supply Llama is like, that seems so rude to the Ethereum Sculptor, but whatever. But Grim Tutor.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's a Grim Tutor?
Yeah. Triumph of the Hordes.
Yeah, this is
Smuggler's Copter. The battle bus. That's great.
Don't forget to thank the bus driver.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the planar bridge.
Oh, the Boogie Bomb.
Pirate Spell Bomb for some reason.
Whoa.
Interesting choice. Yeah.
Yeah. So. I wish that all Universes Beyond was just this.
Yeah.
You could put anything on a Magic card. As long as I don't have to. I mean, I guess I don't want my pithing needle to literally be named on like Frodo. I mean, maybe that's a bad example because I actually don't care about that. But I don't know. I don't want my pithing needle on Magic Online to be like named card Naruto or whatever. That feels weird to me. But for that, yeah, go nuts.
Naruto, Boruto's dad.
Yes.
July 28th, we had 2 anthologies on Arena: Historic Anthology 6 and Explorer Anthology 1. So we're trucking along to making more Explorer. What did they add in Explorer Anthology 1? I'm curious.
Well, Explorer Historic.
Explorer. They added, oh goodness. Favorite Hoplite, Kalitas, Trader of Get, Mausoleum Wanderer, Supreme Verdict, Teamer Battle Rage, Slaughter Games, Shadowborn Apostle, Elvish Mystic, Titan Strength, Battlewise Hoplite, Searing Blood, and Soul Artifact. The Scissors. Back to Nature, Darksteel Citadel, Siege Rhino, Siege Rhino, Rally the Ancestors. Oh, good. There's a deck that we didn't miss. Alesha, Who Smiles at Death, Tainted Remedy, Hangerback Walker, and Tireless Tracker. Neat. Okay.
And the Historic Anthology brought, I mean, a bunch of cards, but mostly Tarmogoyf
Oh, Tarmargoyf.
and
yes.
Lelia, the Blade Reforged. Great day for Jund guys.
Love Jund guys.
Foil Jund guys.
Good old Jund guys. August 10th. You'd be forgiven for missing it, but they released a whole game.
What?
Magic Spellslingers was formally released on iOS and Android.
Oh, we literally did a podcast. Right. Okay.
Yeah. It had been released under a different name a while prior in some markets like Canada. And then it was rebranded as Magic Spellslingers and then was formally released and had, honestly, some really cool ideas in it. And I feel bad for all the people internally at Wizards who worked on it because, I follow a lot of people who work at Wizards, and that's how I found out that this game was released. Because they were like, oh, hey, this game that I worked on 2 years ago is out, I guess? Because, Wizards didn't actually announce that it was released until, a week and a half later.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's fine. It's totally fine. It's just, I don't know. I played it. I gave it a shot. Did you ever play it?
No, but
You should check it out.
Primeval Titan's in the game, right?
I don't know.
Or there's
As the card game aficionado, you should probably check it out one of these days.
I've got my hands full with notable card games, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and Dota. Overlords, Underlords.
If you do run out of content for Is This Your Card, they did just introduce an in-universe card game to Genshin Impact.
You think I'm going to run out of content for this bad boy? I'm going to milk this show until...
Well,
I mean...
Not as long as people keep adding card games to stuff like Genshin Impact.
Fine, I'll play the gotcha game. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Couple secret layers, the one with the little onigiri, August super drop. Man, how many super drops were there in this year?
So what is a super drop?
It's just a whole bunch of secret layers all at once, and you can get them in a big bundle or not.
Okay.
So I'm going off of just the number that I'm seeing here on Scryfall, but
Okay.
if you had to guess, how many cards do you think have been printed in secret layer in the secret layer umbrella
In 2022?
Nope.
Total.
How many
The
cards
thing is,
are
there's only 3 or 4 cards per layer.
I'd like to take a stab at this.
Yeah, go for it.
317.
Uh-huh.
I think it's closer to 200,
Uh-huh.
maybe lower.
According to this, it's again, I'm just going off this number. I don't know exactly how this works. It says 791.
That's got to include foil variants. Surely.
I would assume so. but
There's
I don't
a commander deck in there that I forgot about,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That is true.
which finally apparently is getting out there.
Yeah.
People have finally received it.
After over a year.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of lands in here, even just basic lands, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Those don't count. Those aren't real. You can just get those when you go to a draft.
I think this also counts. It counts tokens, obviously.
Oh, stacking the numbers.
This was the August one had artist series Victor Adame Minguez, who was at a PPR before, Imaginary Friends, Dan Fraser doing the Allied Talismans and the Enemy Talismans, In Memoriam Jaya Ballard, Dominaria United, and artist series Nils Ham.
In Memoriam Giant.
Yeah. This
So funny. Oh my god.
mine of these just arrived. The Jaya Ballard ones, by the way, is Jaya Ballard, Jaya's Immolating Inferno, Pyretic Ritual, Repercussion, and Pyromancer's Goggles.
Well, we killed off this character everybody
Yeah.
loved. Here's a secret layer to show your support.
Yep.
If you buy enough, she might come back.
I do believe in Jaya. I do. All right, September 9th. DMU. It's Dominaria United. And there's a couple different things. that happened with Dominaria United. One, the Dominaria United set came out. This was also standard rotation. So farewell to Zendikar Rising, still in standard at that point, Kaldheim, Strixhaven, and Adventures in the Forgotten Realms.
None of them will be missed
Right.
from standard.
From standard, yeah. Loved Strixhaven, but I didn't play standard, so I don't really care. Dominaria United, let's talk about that.
Okay.
That was a fun format.
Yeah.
I dig that.
It's a cool set.
Yeah.
Cool format.
It was a cool set.
Seemed better than a lot of boomer Magic players I know. This set seemed to resonate with them more than the previous Dominaria. Like it felt more like they did some deeper cuts.
Yeah, they did.
Which I think was pretty. I think Wizards has gotten pretty good at making cards that are deep cuts for people that know or care.
Yeah.
But cool enough that if you have no idea who this person is, you're like, why are they a legend? Oh, because they're 4 mana 5/5.
Yeah, see, I didn't know, or at least didn't remember. I saw Turu Knurd and was just like, cool Sky Knight. But then on the podcast, you were like, oh, from the Knurd Sky Knights. Yeah.
On the Kjeldoran Sky Knight flavor text.
Yeah. So that was cool. I like that. I like when you can take things out of flavor text and make it real, you know.
Knurd.
Yeah, no, Dominaria United was super fun. The domain deck was sweet. The domain deck was sweet. No, the red blue spells was fun with Tolarian Terror. I'm trying to remember. Oh, Urborg Repossession. That card, that's an amazing common.
Pretty good.
That's got cards messed up.
Yeah.
That's the reanimation. It's a single black mana, but you can kick it for 1 in a green. You get a creature from your graveyard to your hand and you gain 2 life, but if you kick it, you also get another permanent from your graveyard to your hand, so that's pretty sweet. What other decks were in this draft format?
Red, white,
there was so many.
heroic,
Oh, yeah, right.
Heroic Charge.
Yeah. Oh, man, I had a lot of fun with that in the quick draft. The bots did not take Heroic Charge highly.
Oh. That one was kind of slept on, too. From the player base. I remember looking at this card and being like, yeah, maybe 1, but like I'm not happy with my deck if I have to play this.
Yeah.
To being like, yeah, I'll take a second one.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll just break these boards with this card.
This is the one. It's a 2 white instant. Your creatures get +2/+1 until end of turn, but if you kick it for an additional 1 in a red, they also get trample. Yeah, sometimes you'd be playing against a red-white deck, and they'd be sitting back and maybe poking in with a flyer, but they'd be sitting back, and then one turn just everything goes sideways, and you're like, oh no. You just know that for that whole game, you just know you're in the Heroic Charge waiting room, and then everything turns sideways, and you're like, okay, so they've drawn their charge. Can I even live? No. All right. Well, good game. They had the the Lost Legends and the Legends Retold.
Oh yeah.
Things with this set, which I forgot were 2 different things.
I totally forgot about the Legends packs or cards from Legends.
Yeah.
Legends.
So they did this video where they're like, we randomly stumbled across this crate of Legends in a warehouse. And again, we were already talking about conspiracy theories, and there was some really baffling conspiracy theories about this. The most conspiratorial take that I would believe is that they knew that they had this box.
Yeah, maybe for like some amount of years.
Yeah, but like that's it, right? That like, there was ideas that they printed these fresh, and they like did this video of everyone opening the packs as like a big feint to be like to obscure the fact that they were printing these new, and it's like no. For you, that's too much effort. That's too much work for them.
Yeah,
like that's sorry, no. But the idea that they had no idea that these cards existed, I would believe that that's maybe not the case.
I mean, if that turned out to be the truth, then it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I could believe I could believe that with staff turnover that they like
staff turnover
forgot, but it was still like in the Wizards' deep storage warehouse, and then someone was like, oh, we still have these, and then it went from there. Because actually someone noticed, I think Jeremy Petter was telling me about this actually, that at the time there was this weird collation issue with Legends, where like the print run was in like there was two sort of halves to the
Yes.
print run,
Yeah.
A and B,
Mhm.
and it meant that depending on how it worked out with the distributors, your local game store might only ever get, for example, B,
Mhm.
and so there's certain uncommons that you would never be able to open, and so there was a redemption system where like
Mhm.
you could send back to Wizards some number of like you could send packs, or you had to get a certain amount of them, but you could send packs back to Wizards and then they would replace them with the opposite thing.
Mhm.
And so he figures that this is probably what this is this is just a crate of these things that were held on to
Right.
facilitate this redemption thing, and now 25 years later they're like, okay, we don't need
Everybody forgot about it except for the one person whose job it is to have it written down on a piece of paper that this exists.
Yeah, yeah.
basically. And
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, well, we could do this.
yeah,
It's like, great.
that's my assumption.
Yeah.
So that was fun, and then the Legends Retold. We opened one, I think. By the way, we opened one, lost two.
2.
Okay, they were bad. Right. We did a draft of this on
Yeah.
Friday Night Paper Fight, and Kathleen, I think, opened. Is it reverse?
Indestructible
Aura
Yeah.
with the Falcon throwing up the horns.
Yeah. And then James opened a Barktooth War Axe.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a card.
Yeah, unfortunately.
What's Barktooth War Axe?
I believe it's a 7-mana 6/5, Graham. Might be
Wow.
a 6-mana 5/5.
Barktooth
Nope,
War
it's
Beard.
a 7. Oh, sorry, Barktooth Warbeard. You'll have to excuse me.
Still got decent mouthfeel. It's no Gravelgill Axe Shark.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He is devious and cunning in both appearance and deed. Beware the Warbeard for his. Oh, I thought it was a rhyming couplet. It's not. Beware the Warbeard, for this brute bites as well as he barks. That's clunky.
Is he a dog?
That's clunky flavor text. I'm sorry. Previous creative
Devious
text
and
people.
cunning.
I thought it was a rhyming couplet, the way that it was written.
Yeah.
It felt like it had some iambic pentameter going on.
There once was a Warbeard from Nantucket.
Anyway, the Legends Retold was sort of like a redemption arc for some of the so that's actually a great example. Axebeard Beard Axe over there,
Mhm.
because he's just a 6/5 vanilla legend. The only reason he's special is because he's gold,
Yeah.
right? And so they did a series of Legends Retold as box toppers, where they sort of took these older Legends cards that perhaps weren't super exciting, and they gave them a new coat of paint.
You don't get stoked for Torwauki?
Torwauki actually had abilities, unlike Zira Arian, who was just
Well,
Oh,
Zero
no.
Arian draws a card.
Zira Arian draws a card. Who am I thinking? Savitri Skarzam
Yeah.
has a dragon
Mhm.
in her flavor text. That's
Mhm.
yeah. So like, for example, Savitri Skarzam, the original one was what was her?
I think it's a 7-mana 6/4.
Let's find out together. A little preview of we got a Stump the Experts episode coming up. Actually, wait, what order are these being aired in?
That one will come later.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. We're not recording it until next week, so I assumed these ones are going up first. I
Or is
think-
she a 7-mana?
You having trouble spelling Savitri?
Sure am.
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
SIV?
SIVITRI?
That might be enough. Nope, that wasn't enough.
Try Skarzam. It's like SKARZAM.
Mhm.
Did that work? There we go.
7-mana 6/4.
Yep. 5 black, blue for a 6/4. Even the brave have cause to tremble at the sight of Savitri Skarzam. Who else has tamed Skarzam's dragon? I was hoping to. I wanted to see a card of Skarzam's dragon, frankly. But anyway, so that's a bad card.
Yeah, Legends where they
7 mana 6/4,
they for-
difficult to cast.
yeah, they forget to add the abilities and the clothing.
Yeah, but now Savitri Skarzam is a planeswalker.
Yeah.
Savitri Dragon Master. 2 blue, black for a 4 loyalty walker. Until your next turn, creatures can't attack you or planeswalkers you control unless their controller pays 2 life for each of those creatures for +1. For -3, search your library for a dragon, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. For -7, destroy all non-dragon creatures. Savitri can be your commander.
Cool.
Yeah. So like they did that for Savitri Skarzam, for Zira Arian, for Torwauki, for Ramirez Di Pietro.
Most flamboyant pirate.
Who else?
Jedid Ojanin.
Yeah.
Tobias Andrian. Lady Orca. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, right. Angus McKenzie? Angus McKenzie?
No, not
Darn.
Angus.
The guy who looks like Tim the Enchanter.
Torsten.
Torsten Borsten.
I think so. Torsten Borsten.
Just making stuff up.
Whatever.
Who's Torsten?
He's like a 7-mana 7/7. That when it comes into play, you look at the top 7 cards of your library, put any number of creatures and lands into your hand. When it dies, you make 7 1/1s. And then originally he was bad.
I mean, I think that's true of most of these people.
Yeah. There's a Kobold Overlord. There's a bunch.
So that was interesting.
Yeah.
That was cool. It was neat to see those. It's a shame that they were in collector boosters, but they were otherwise only box toppers, I think. They weren't in set boosters, were they? Or were they?
There was a lot of them at YJ, I know that.
Let's find out together.
That's usually my...
While you're looking for that, I will say, because we've just been mentioning all of them, another good PPR with Dominaria United. We had Jorbs, which was super neat. We had Alan, and we had Voxian for that PPR.
That was a good bunch of folk.
Yeah, that was a good PPR.
We still have a quote from Jorbs taped up above our door.
Yeah, damn right.
Which is what we can probably... What is it?
Hold on.
James is going to go read it. It's like, we can probably do this technically, or what is it?
Theoretically, we can do this.
Right. Theoretically we can do this.
It's just over another one that says, I love Slay the Spire.
Yeah. I decided to put that one up. Yeah.
They were available as box toppers. The traditional foil box toppers are included with set, draft, collector, booster displays. So any booster box can get you one of these box toppers. And they also have... They can also be in collector boosters.
Surely set boosters, too.
Doesn't say that.
I will jump in right now.
Yeah.
And just sort of, this is, probably better suited for the end of the episode, but this is one of my biggest gripes with Magic right now.
How do you find the things?
I don't know how to find all of the cards. There are too many different ways that they introduce cards into the world.
James, you're just not buying enough then.
Yeah, it's just, I would love it. I don't mind how much of it there is. I don't honestly care that much that there's so many different versions. I would just like a very concise and consistent way that I know that I can find these cards. Are they box toppers? Okay, what about in set boosters? No. Okay, maybe they're in the draft boosters? No. Collector boosters? No. The commander decks? Nope. How about, and it's a lot. It's a lot.
Remember the grid that they had with Modern Horizons 2?
Yes,
We're just like,
I do.
where everything could
where
come
everything
in.
was, yeah.
Yep. They're legal in Legacy and Vintage, technically speaking. Yeah, and Commander. And I guess Highlander and Gladiator, but they're not on Arena, I don't think.
Not on Arena. Legal in Canlander.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
The other interesting change that they made with this release was that the theme boosters as a product went away and were replaced with these set jump starts.
Yeah.
So Jumpstart, love Jumpstart.
Great.
Jumpstart rules. I'm so excited for Jumpstart 2022, which as of today is out. But
It's right there next to you at the bottom of that pile of Magic cards.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually hadn't noticed that this was the new one.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh, yeah, look, it's Isu the Abominable.
Yeah.
The Yeti.
The Yeti. Yeah.
Yes.
Good stuff. All right. I'm very excited for that. These are not as good. It's honestly, so the other day, actually, I was in YJ. I have some store credit, so I grabbed 4 packs and took them home, and Kathleen and I played a game, and it was fun. We each opened one of the same packet. So we each had Titanic. I had Titanic Infantry, and Kathleen had Titanic Unearth. And that was fine. And that's about it. That's about all you should do, because for both Dominaria United and Brothers War, the Jumpstart boosters, there's only 5 themes.
What?
Yeah. I mean, so for the Dominaria United ones, they say that there's 10 themes, but the changes are very minimal. For the Brothers War ones, there's really only 5. And so it's like, if you want to just buy a booster, then like I guess that's okay because you get 2 foil land and you get a bunch of commons and some uncommons, and you get a rare that's from the set and a rare that's Jumpstart exclusive. But like that's kind of it. Like Jumpstart proper has like so many different packets, and like sometimes there's only one, sometimes there's 4 different variations of different packets with different rares, you know.
Yeah.
And these are no, it's 5. So the Dominaria United ones, Coalition Core and Coalition Legions, both have Sarah Redeemer as the rare. Like they all have the same. There's 2 blue, 2 white, 2 blue, 2 black, 2 red, and 2 green decks. They all have the same. In the colors, they all have the same theme, and they all have the same Jumpstart rare.
Okay.
But there's a couple changes in the commons and uncommons, and so that's like they say that like there's 10 packets, but really there's only 5, and it's just sort of like you could grab, like if you're doing a big Jumpstart thing, if you're collecting Jumpstart, if you have like you've got a file of all the Jumpstart things, then yeah, you could grab a couple of these and like have them around for it. But like, it's not like this.
I mean, it feels very much like sort of an expansion to add to your ever-growing, ideally, Jumpstart collection.
Yeah,
right?
I just don't think they're better than theme boosters.
Right.
Well, they're just theme boosters.
Yeah, they're basically just theme boosters
Yeah.
that also have basic land in them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It seems
Feels odd given that
it's product confusion also, because it's
Yeah.
like, oh, Jumpstart. No, not that Jumpstart.
right.
Different Jumpstart. I don't know.
I think maybe this isn't a great metric, but if you can't send like a grandmother on a mission,
Oh, I don't
to
think
go
you've been
and
able
pick
to
up
do that
stuff?
for years. Yeah.
like with the product like that, I don't know. That seems like some kind of failing in like brand recognition or product recognition. And just also Jumpstart, like the identity of the product seems to be like it's at its most fun when you get like the last time we did the King of the Hill Jumpstart, it was like wall goblins,
Yeah.
right? We could play for another 8 hours beyond that, and none of us would probably end up with wall goblins again. And that's great. That creates so much replayability and just makes it that much more of a unique experience.
Yeah, and the Jumpstart proper has a whole bunch of brand new cards, and a ton of reprints and some interesting reprints. Whereas the ones that are set branded, there's 5 new cards,
And that's it.
and then everything else is from only that set,
From
right? And it'd be cool if there was like a couple reprints in there just to like add some spice. I don't know.
Wait, are the cards? See that? Well, that adds a layer of confusion. Are the Jumpstart, like the Dominaria Jumpstart cards?
Yeah.
Are they the unique ones?
Mhm.
Are they legal and standard?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Don't worry, they're not great.
Well, one of them's a 3-mana 2/2. Wait, that's hold on. I don't think Scathe Zombies is playable. I want to be clear.
So, like, let's take a look. I don't know if you have, James. Let's take a look at Sarah Redeemer, for example. This is the white one from Dominaria United. So it's 3 white for a 2/4 Angel Soldier with flying. Whenever another creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, put 2 counters on that creature. 2+1/+1 counters on that
Okay.
creature.
I thought they were all legendary.
No.
What? Isn't there like a kobold that makes dragons? The red one? What is the red one?
Not in the Dominaria United booster anyway.
Oh my god.
Here, let's go through. There's only 5. Let's go through all of them. We've got. Hang on, I gotta find him now. Hold up.
Hey.
There we go. I navigated away like a fool. No, what's happening?
Oh, is it the Djinn?
There we go. No, the blue one's Cosmic Epiphany is the blue one.
Big draw spell. Yeah.
Yeah, this is 4 blue sorcery, draw cards equal to the number of instants and sorceries in your graveyard. Tyrannical Pit Lord. 4 black for a 6/6 flying trample. As it enters the battlefield, choose another creature you control. That creature gets +3/+3 and has flying. And when the Pit Lord leaves the battlefield, sacrifice that creature. Ragefire Hellkite. Big
Yeah.
Dargan.
Yeah.
4 red for a 5/3 flyer. Whenever it attacks, you may sack another creature. If you do, this gets double strike until end of turn. And Briar Hydra. 5 and a green for a 6/6 trample. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put X +1/+1 counters on target creature you control, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control.
I would put so much money on the fact that over half the people listening right now have never seen these cards.
I hadn't seen them until last night.
Yeah.
I own these cards. These are not the cards I have these cards.
Yeah.
Where the hell did this kobold go?
Who are you talking
There's
about?
a 3 mana. It's called like someone Dragonkin Zealot. What is he from? Because he's from a product from this set. There's 5 of them, and it's not Game Night. I know it's not the Game Night.
Does Game Night have exclusive cards too?
Oh, it does.
Oh my god.
These ones are cool though. I actually like Game Night. But you got to make that. There's literally dozens of us. But
Right.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of this card?
yes. What is this guy from?
This is from Game Night.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, GN3
Wait,
right there.
Wait, the newest Game Night?
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the siren? Like Maeve is the other one? What's the blue one?
We'll get to Game Night.
I don't know if we've left. Oh my god.
On September 25th, Sam Rolfe won the Arena Championship. What? Are we done talking about Dominaria United?
Please.
I thought it was sweet. It was a cool set. It was. I wasn't playing when the Magic originally released, and still I felt the nostalgia for it. This was super fun.
I do want to close on one thing.
Yeah.
James, can we get Thran Portal up on the screen?
Oh. Close the portal.
From Dominaria United. So Thran Portal is a gate. It's a land.
This is a weird card.
It enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands.
Mm-hmm.
As it enters the battlefield, you choose a basic land type.
Mm-hmm.
It's the chosen type in addition to other types, and mana abilities of Thran Portal cost an additional 1 life to activate.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on here? What's going on here?
It helps domain. Also, gates. Why is it rare?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Is it just rare so it doesn't show up that often in draft?
It must be. I'm very... I tried to look at this as okay, now 2-color aggro decks can play this, and it'll be fine.
I never saw this card
Yeah, it's...
played once.
Why?
It's not even good fixing because you
That's-
have to... Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's it.
Okay. Secret Lair dropped the Little Walkers, the second foray into doing little teeny planeswalkers, little chibi planeswalkers.
Second, you say?
Yeah, they had the Little Walkers, and these are the Littler Walkers. All right. Anyway,
Learning so much. today.
Alchemy Dominaria came out on Arena. I didn't play it at all
This is my job.
because Dominaria was good,
Yeah.
so I just played Dominaria.
There is a very cool card in that called Juggernaut Peddler.
How do you sell Juggernauts?
So it's like a black and a white.
Fresh Juggernauts.
Yeah, there he is. Black and a white for a 2/2 human artificer with vigilance, and when it enters the battlefield, target player reveals all non-land cards from their hand, and you can choose one of them. And if you do, they exile that card and they conjure a Juggernaut, actual factual Juggernaut, into their hand.
That's weird as heck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Juggernaut Peddler.
He's got it in the background. This is a Juggernaut right there. Yeah. May I interest you in the fine craftsmanship of this Juggernaut? All right.
Got an issue with walls? Do I have the machine for you?
Oh, man. October 7th. Unfinity. Holy moly. So much to talk about with Unfinity. Yeah. We got these collector boosties here and everything. This was a fun set. I've been waiting for this set, obviously, for a while. I had a minimal amount of sort of input into the set as a whole, but I still felt very attached to it from doing the creative team, the creative text team. I'm very proud of the work that I did on it, I got to name the space family goblins, and I got to do some really silly names in flavor text, and I got to write for Magic cards, so that's sweet. I didn't get to do the PPR, unfortunately. I was supposed to be able to return for that one, but the timing didn't work out with the way that my treatments went. But boy, watching the PPR was a hoot. The round one, and Mark Rosewater uses photo op to pull Enter the Dungeon from outside the game and challenges Kathleen to a sub game to be played under the table. And just watching everything come together with James and Ben came in and lifted the tabletop off to preserve the game state, and then opened the center point of our table where the leaf usually goes, so you can the top-down camera could see down through it, and everyone's sitting on the floor, and Mark has to ask Ben who's running a camera to put his hand on Mark's creature, because the creature gets bigger if there's 3 hands on it, and then Kathleen beat him by casting him big in response to a fight spell. It was hilarious. Later in the day, Adam has the pie eating contest and just pulls out an entire barbecue roast chicken onto the table. Kathleen jamming chips in her mouth and just tumbling crumbs across the thing. So as we mentioned, Mark was back. Megan and Maria were there. It was just a blast. It was super, super fun. The PPR was great. I did get to draft the set. On the Friday Night Paper Fight, that was super fun. It's just fun. It's a really, really fun draft. They changed silver borders to acorn stamps.
Yeah.
And that was received. That's the end of the sentence. That was received. That information was received.
For what it's worth, the ones, the ones that are
eternal,
playable, eternal, legal, and constructed viable, that make an appearance in Canadian Highlander, and some of them pop up in Legacy as well, but not many. And it's the darndest thing. It's funny. All these cards, they show up, and I'm not playing against sticker decks every round.
Weird.
And I don't feel bad if I don't have an attractions board in case I mind control someone's a lifetime pass holder and it dies. And it's the darndest thing. It's nothing.
I mean, I liked that, someone was asking Mark Rosewater about, stickers in Legacy and sort of like, what were you thinking? And his response on his Tumblr was, and I'm paraphrasing, but essentially, we made them bad on purpose.
Yeah. And there are some cards that show up, but it's not like the end of the world, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh no, my goblins player played a mind goblin. What a cruel world.
What gets played in Highlander?
Comet. Stellar Pup.
No way.
Yeah, it's really good.
Comet's ridiculous, actually.
It's weird to say. It's like if Minsk and Boo existed, but I didn't hate it. And it was also beatable.
2 red, white for a 5 loyalty planeswalker, and only has 1 ability. It's 0, and you roll a 6-sided die. If you roll a 1 or 2, Comet gets +2 loyalty. Then you make 2 1/1 squirrels. They gain haste. Roll a 3, -1 loyalty, and return a card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. 4 or 5, Comet deals damage equal to the number of loyalty counters on him to a creature or player, then loses 2 loyalty. And for 6, +1 loyalty, and you may activate Comet 2 more times this turn.
Yeah. It's just like a really good proactive card.
Yeah.
With a lot of loyalty. And then the most dangerous gamer.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Which is actually pretty reasonable because there's only 1 attraction that you actually can claim the prize of. 2 black and a green for a 2/2 legendary human gamer guest with Death Touch. And when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you open an attraction. And whenever you open an attraction, you put a 1/1 counter on the most dangerous gamer. When you claim the prize of an attraction, you destroy target permanent.
But then there's only 1 attraction that's eternal legal that gives a prize?
The Beebles, the Winnabeeble, the one that Ben thinks is hot.
Pick-a-Beeble.
Yes,
yeah,
Pick-a-Beeble.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, which is like not a great attraction to play out of
Mhm.
the. I mean, look, your 10th attraction, your attraction deck is
Right.
up for grabs.
Roll
So
a six-sided die, put a number of luck counters on Pick-a-Beeble equal to the result, and create a treasure token. If there are 6 or more luck counters, claim the prize. The prize is make 2 treasure tokens, then sacrifice Pick-a-Beeble.
Yeah.
And then you get to destroy something.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Most Dangerous Gamer is just like a reasonable, like it's a mid-range threat that can get you some value with the attractions going over and over again. But it's not the end of the world because you can kill it or bounce it.
We had, just as a brief aside, when working on the creative text, we had this like lore in our heads, or the head canon, I guess. I guess we could say it's official canon. It just doesn't show up anywhere. That character, who there were names suggested, it settled on the Most Dangerous Gamer, was like a Disney adult, like a theme park influencer,
Yeah.
right? And he like would record vlogs
Like
about
a trick shot YouTuber.
about like how to beat, like, hey, what's up? This week we're gonna be looking at this game at the Astrotorium,
Yeah.
and this is how I beat it and win every time.
Yeah.
There was no way to get this information across like on any of the cards, but in our heads that was sort of what this character is. It's like, trick shot theme park enthusiast. Yeah. I will say I miss Silver Border. There's a lot of assuming the worst intentions of Wizards of the Coast, when I actually think that they just kind of bungled this, and the decisions were made too late to do it properly.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Magic the Gathering.
Is it Occam's razor, which is the don't assume malice where it could just be stupidity? Yeah. Not and stupidity is harsh, but what I mean is like I think that a lot of things people are like, when people think that Wizards is being like actively malicious, that they actually just kind of messed up. Because if you want to have the set have some of it be Eternal Eagle and some of it not be, I would have rathered that they keep the Silver Border and just had a mix of Silver Border and Black Border cards in the same product.
It's wild how there's a certain subsection of like fans for games or products that they hold the company in this state, this like Schrodinger's cat state of being omniscient and scheming to almost a diabolical level, and then just so incompetent, slipping on banana peels, pants falling down, stupid.
And the thing is, Rosewater has said that that decision was made too late in production for them to have like done the collation properly to make the border things work. I don't understand how what the production, how that makes a difference, or like what the reasoning was. But like, I think if they'd done that, I think people would have been cooler with it. I don't know. Silver Border, it's so cool. It's visually cool. It's instantly recognizable.
Yeah.
I just like them. Also, it's backwards compatible with the other Silver Border stuff, which is now technically speaking Acorn. I don't know. I would have rathered to keep the Silver Border stuff, even if you did have things in the set that were black bordered as well. But
because there's precedents too, right? Like there's Steam Flogger Boss, which was originally printed in the Future Sight, and then they printed it in one of the
Unstable,
yeah,
because that's where you assemble contraptions.
Yeah.
But Steam Flogger Boss was printed in black border
originally,
but also reprinted in black with
it was
black border
bordered in that set
when it was when it was in the set.
Yeah.
So there you go. You have a black border card mixed in with the Silver Border cards.
Yeah, and nothing bad happened. Nothing interesting.
I mean, really, realistically, nothing bad's going to happen with the Acorn stuff either.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like, I don't know.
Yeah, I miss. So I like Silver Border as like this is an uncard.
This set is super fun to play, and highly recommend that you give it a shot and play it if you have an opportunity at your game store or with some friends or whatever. It's super, super fun. Also, that same day, for just a complete dichotomy of tone, was the other delayed set, the Universes Beyond Warhammer 40K Commander decks. I'm sorry, Warhammer 40,000 Commander decks. These rule. These were great, I think. What do you think about them, Wheeler?
I I'm not going to talk about Warhammer
Okay,
as
yeah,
a thing.
that's fine.
Because I will turn into a toxic gamer about how much I dislike that world
That's
and
fair.
everything involved with it. The cards,
Yeah.
which this is a Magic podcast,
Mm.
so from a card perspective, yeah, they rock.
Yeah.
They're super cool. They're fun.
Mhm.
They play very well, and they suffer. It's funny because there seems to be a trend of cards that don't look great online, and then you get them in paper, and you're like,
Oh,
"Oh, this
yeah.
looks good. This looks great." Like the Surge foils.
Yeah.
Is that what they're called?
Mhm.
Swarm foils? Surge foils.
Surge foil.
Yeah, Surge foils, and even just like the non-foil variant. I picked up every card from that set.
Yeah.
Um,
Now we
and
have a card named Sloppity Bile Piper.
yeah, yeah. I'm partial to Malok.
Oh yeah.
Malok.
Malak.
And they look great. They look really good. Yeah.
As someone who doesn't play Warhammer but has always been fascinated with the world and the lore because it is so extremely silly. I thought these were a slam dunk, and these were, I think, one of the best universally well received products they did all year. Like honestly, I didn't actually hear in the online terror space that is the discourse. I didn't see anyone really down on these.
It feels like it let a lot of Magic content creators or personalities kind of break out of their mold a bit, if that makes sense, which is kind of nice to see, where they're like, hey, secretly, this has been, not even secretly, but this has been like my other massive hobby for the entirety of my life, and then they're getting giddy over like, I don't know, the pink one or whatever it is, pink eye. Not pink eye.
Pink demon.
Pink demon, yeah, that makes purple demons or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Blue demons.
Getting
and
stoked
pink
to see
demons,
stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
it's
There's a token of one of those things now.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, I assume that we're gonna see, as long as Games Workshop is cool with it, because as ever they're the weird ones.
They're the weird ones, he
Yeah,
says,
which is
when
saying
talking
a
about what Wizards of the Coast, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. Magic players who only play Magic and do not play Warhammer do not know what getting at loggerheads with the company that makes your hobby is until they talk to someone who has had to deal with Games Workshop. But I assume that we'll see another batch of these decks, because the orcs deserve their own deck, and then there's other races also. Yeah, honestly, the Warhammer deck, we did them on Elder Dragon Social Club. That launched. We launched Elder Dragon Social Club. Go watch that show, please. It's very good. Yeah, it was a super fun episode. We did a whole video of just me and Cam and Ben talking about the different cards, and it was tons of fun. So, yeah. October 14th, Game Night Free for All. It's game night. This is the thing we were just talking about. It's, hey, look, there's that Kobold. Nagi, Draco Zealot. So yeah, the game night thing is, it's 5 decks,
yeah,
and the idea is just, it's like a
free for all.
It's an but it's like an introductory product, right? It's like, you want to get into Magic the Gathering? Here, bring this to tabletop night.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's 5 decks, and you can all sort of do a fight, or you could all play together. You could all play. One of the guys at Yellow Jacket was telling me that what he likes to play is that you win when your 2 enemy colors have been defeated.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that. So, do we have the other legends?
Yes, we can take a look at those.
I just need to know.
So
Okay.
there's Vogar,
Yep.
Necropolis Tyrant, 3 black for a 4/4 zombie giant with menace. Whenever another creature dies during your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Vogar, and when Vogar dies, draw a card for each counter on it.
Okay.
Zamriel, Seraph of Steel. Were you trying to place where Zamriel came from?
No, I don't know what I thought, Graham.
2 white for a 3/4 flyer. As long as it's your turn, equipped creatures you control have indestructible.
Yeah.
Immaril, Elfim Elite, 2 green for a 3/3 elf warrior. Whenever they attack, get +1/+1. +X until end of turn, where X is the number of other elves you control. And you can assign its combat damage though it weren't blocked.
Oh yeah, Elven Riders. Let's go.
Is this is Eternal Legal, right?
Yeah.
Is this playable in elves?
Um.
Isn't this just a fireball?
Probably. Well,
Like you just attack and it's like, oh, now it's a 25/25 and you can't chump it.
the problem with elves in like Canlander or Legacy
4
is that
mana, so expensive.
Crater Hoof. 4 mana is
Oh.
too expensive, but if it's
Crater
8
Hoof, yeah.
mana,
Right.
and then Mave, yeah.
And Mave, Insidious Singer, 2 blue for a 3/4 Siren, 2 and a blue. Siren? That's
Yeah.
new? Probably not new.
Not new, but very limited.
Oh, no, yeah, there's a couple Sirens in Theros.
Alluring Siren.
2 and a blue, goad target creature. Whenever that creature attacks one of your opponents this turn, you draw a card. So this is designed to be a multiplayer thing.
I think this card's really cool.
So that's cool. These cards are not legal in Standard.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but they are legal in other formats.
Okay. I feel like I've been restored so
All right,
much.
Cool. There was some Warhammer Secret Lair stuff. There were some other Secret Lair things. There's a whole bunch of Secret Lairs. October 28th, we had Magic 30, the convention. James, you were actually there.
I was.
How was that?
It was pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, it as somebody who's been to a lot of conventions and a lot of Magic events over the years, especially a lot of specifically Grand Prix and PAX,
Yeah.
this felt like Magic, specifically WotC, and Reed Pop, who they hired to help put it on. It felt very Magic PAX. Small. I mean, like we're talking like everything's happening in one room. There is a show floor. They've got some exhibits going on. Honestly, probably one of the biggest slam dunks of the entire event was the habitats. The five habitats
sort of cosplayer sets.
Yeah, that they created for the 5 cosplayers to basically hang out. There was free play space there, which was fantastic. But more importantly, it was just a place that you can go and take photos with fantastic cosplayers.
The impression I got from sort of because I wasn't there, and what it appeared from online responses was that there was people who the loudest voices were content creators who were there and were basically getting to do a bunch of cool stuff and see their friends and having a wonderful time because everybody was excited to see them because it's Magic in person again. So they thought it was awesome.
Yes.
And people who weren't there, who were comparing it to DashCon and the ball pit, and like talking about how it was miserable and disorganized and awful and terrible.
And you'll be surprised to hear it fell right in the middle.
I was going to say, occasionally, though, you could drill down in comments and there'd be a normal person who was there and was like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
There's some problems. This tournament ran long and they just sort of canceled it, and that was bad. And this thing, the pairings were all messed up and there wasn't enough places to like play Magic, but it was okay.
Yeah.
From the real human beings that I know, no offense, James, that sorry, the mortals, the non-content creators, and
those who walk among us.
Yes. That went to this, that was effectively their reaction was like, well, some things happened there that I didn't particularly like, but I think enough good stuff happened that I'd be interested in going back.
Okay.
Or that like they will improve upon this.
And we've already seen that they are. Magic Con Philly is happening in 2 months. 2.5 months, and it already looks like it's better positioned to be a better run and more accessible convention than Magic 30 was, and hopefully they will continue to build from there. Right? Like it was an excellent first try. It was, but it was not without problem. And there's a very good point. Never, ever, and I'm saying this as a content creator. I hate saying it as a content creator myself. Don't listen to us. At the end of a weekend where we get to spend time with all these people that we love and barely ever get to see, and are treated incredibly well by everybody for the whole weekend. Because of course we had a good time.
Yeah.
I had a really great time at this thing where countless people came up and said that I helped them get through quarantine.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Don't listen to us, please.
And never stop making DashCon references regardless.
Yeah.
I laugh every time I see that ball pit.
Ball pit.
I'm glad that they did after that they did open up that area.
Command
There was like
Yes.
the cordoned off zone that was like you have to have
Yes.
bought a certain ticket, and there's people just looking for places to play, and they did actually open up a bunch of that space on the next day, so that was good.
Yeah,
So,
but the habitats and specifically the reason why I was down there, which was helping out with Game Nights Live, excellent, and I hope they do more.
nice. Secret Lair alert! 30th anniversary countdown kit. Just mentioning it. We talked about this actually on the podcast. This the advent calendar of 30 cards.
Great idea.
It was super cool
Very
idea.
cool idea.
Super fun. Sold out very quickly.
Yep. Good product.
Yeah, seems like fun. The Pioneer Challenger decks on November 4th. Do you want to break down what those were?
I know one of them is banned.
Oh, the deck is banned?
Well, I know that one of them, I think it's literally like
There's
the Stoneforge Mystic.
Orzhov
deck.
Humans, Is It Phoenix, Pioneer Gruul Stompy, and Pioneer Dimir Control.
Does one of them have a banned card in it? Or cards that... Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm making all this up.
Let's see. Dimir Control, Narset, Gearhulk, Murderous Rider, Extinction Event. That one looks pretty normal. Gruul Stompy. I believe you. What do you think might be banned?
Thank you. I don't know. I feel like I heard or saw this being talked about. But maybe it was the standard ones.
Oh, maybe.
It's all a blur. They all blend together.
That's fair.
Luris?
Is Luris in one of those decks?
Was Luris in the human stack?
Well, so it's tricky because I'm just looking at the Pioneer Challenger decks 2021. There are 10 cards.
No, these are the 2022 decks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, Luris isn't in this deck.
Oh yeah, this was released. No. Oh yeah, this was released last year. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one.
Yeah. Nah, we're fine.
Great.
November 18th. Bro.
Bro.
What's
What's up, bro?
Brothers War.
Brother.
What a neat idea for a
Great
set.
Great set.
Go back in time and look at a thing that a thing that's never really been represented in a Magic set before. Like the actual war.
Certainly not accurately.
Yeah.
Antiquities does not do the best.
I never got the impression from looking at Antiquities that anything was happening.
Okay, so that's her altar. What does she look like?
Yeah.
You know,
Why do we care about this altar? Yeah. This set rules too.
yeah,
The Dominaria United and Brothers War have both been super fun.
yeah.
They the flavor is great. I'm not doing well at the draft, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Actually, I got 5 wins the other day. That's fine.
Yeah, let's go, Graham.
5's good.
Five's
I got 6 of that one at the Fam Jam. That
five's
one,
alive.
the one at the Fam Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved in Strixhaven
Mm-hmm.
the Mystical Archive.
Yep.
I thought that was super fun, and I also really like the retro artifacts in this because it's like sometimes, like a lot of the time, it's not a big deal. Maybe they have a Sigil of Valor. Maybe they are trying to make Grindstone or Millstone happen. Cool. Not a big deal. Sometimes Platinum Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes Keening Stone. And it's like, woof. All right, cool. But it's just sort of like, yeah, it's big, powerful stuff happening. I dig it.
Yeah, like Helm of the Host and Keening Stone are the most egregious ones of the bunch, I think.
Platinum Angel's up there because you can easily pick up the boots. If you get Platinum Angel with the boots, it's like, oh.
Angel with the Boots is pretty brutal.
Yeah.
But at least with like even Wormcoil, which is still, obviously very good.
I've seen Wormcoil
There-
get beaten.
There's plenty of exile removal.
Yeah.
That there's a certain immediacy to it, but still, it's not.
Boulder Branch Golem trades for Wormcoil, and then you just have a 3/3 Death Touch and a 3/3 Lifelink, and that's manageable.
You could read that sentence as though it was just extremely sarcastic.
Yeah, I know.
Or genuine.
I was being sincere.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
I mean, you should be playing Boulder Branch Golem because that card rules.
I both trust and don't believe you when you said that, but I trust you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, this set was made for me.
I get that impression, yeah.
Yeah, it's God, everything old bordered artifacts.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers War. Big big artifacts. I think prototype is a slam dunk mechanic.
Prototype's super
well.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's there's just a lot. It's very interesting where it's a set where if you asked me about it in regards to Commander or Highlander or even Gladiator, the cards that come to mind are just like, what if we had a better young Pyromancer in the form of Third Path Iconoclast? Or what if we had a second Luminarch Aspirant in the form of Siege Veteran? Not the things that you would imagine are the biggest selling points of this product.
Yeah.
And I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay that the big idiot mech cards or the like Flesh Gorger and, you know, that kind of stuff, it's just like, I'll play it when I get around to it, but really I just kind of like looking at them
Yeah.
and knowing they exist.
There are some bombs in this format, but this does not feel like a format that is determined by its bombs. This feels like a format that's very much determined by its commons, non-commons.
I could get why someone might see it like that.
Oh, for
like
sure.
if they've only played like, I'm going to say a ludicrous amount of drafts, but if they played like less than 10 drafts or whatever, then I could get that. Like, I can see them being like, I just walked into a Wormcoil Engine and I didn't, I just lost right there. But I think long term, it's the commons and uncommons, the bread and butter stuff, the Argivian opportunists and the air bush. No, that's not what it's called. The
Wing
paratrooper.
Commando?
Ambush Paratrooper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's great too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then these.
Oh, they have the Commander decks. I haven't actually even looked at those yet.
All old border.
That's super fun.
It looks so good, except for one little issue.
Oh, I know what issue.
The Biden of Thassa.
Yeah, that's super weird.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So they did this interesting thing where they've got the Biden of Thassa. I think there's one in each deck. There's at least one other one where. So you can see it on screen if you're watching the video. Biden of Thassa, 2 blue, legendary enchantment artifact. So it's a colored artifact, and the only way that you can tell it's an artifact is because it says so in the type line there. It's also an enchantment, but the only reason you can tell it's an artifact is because it says artifact. Now, ordinarily, we have the artifact frame with colorful accents depending on the color of the thing. And the argument for not doing that here was sort of like, well, there didn't exist colored artifacts at the time, so there's no colored artifact frame in those days. And my counterpoint to that would be, yes, there wasn't those things then. So then just make something up.
Yeah.
Just use the brown border with the blue line around the picture. And then it's like, oh, because look at, actually, James, can you bring up one of the old, what the heck is it? There's lands. There's a frame, there's an old frame for lands that are not non-basic lands that tap for colors.
Saprazan's scary. Quick.
There you go. Thank you. Now you got to spell Saprazan.
Quick to the
for him.
Peat Bog. Peatbog.
Well, scary is like Skerry.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Take a peat bog. Like that?
So this has.
Or do you want to go older?
Well, no, I mean this is about the right thing because it's a land, it's colorless, it's got the black rule text there, and it's got the black border around the rules text. Like,
are you thinking of these the border posts?
no, because that's the new border.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, but like something like that.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just saying there's opportunity within the templates that you have to play around with that and make something.
If I may.
Yeah.
There's a old bordered Bolus's Citadel. So a new colored artifact.
Yeah.
That they made a promo of it.
Yes.
That is old border.
Yeah, you're right.
But you can tell that it is black.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they did do the Bolus's Citadel. There you go.
Yeah. Just do that.
They had a thing for that. Wait, they did this already.
Yeah.
They already solved this
They
problem
solved their
in exactly
problem.
the way that I said that they should.
Yeah. And Thassa's Biden is the funniest one to me because the original has the sparkly I'm an enchantment as well
right.
reminder, and no, just none of it. It's just blue which I guess makes sense for an old, yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Like that's like, hey, you know that this card is blue, an artifact, and an enchantment.
Yeah.
And then the other one is just blue.
Apart from that, these extra sweet.
Yeah, yeah. That's.
But
the,
I did
that's the only-
want to bring that up. That's a
Yeah.
good point. That's funny. November 30th. Oh wait, no, sorry. Before that, actually, another fun thing. Universes Beyond Transformers, robots in disguise.
There's one right there on the set for you.
Yeah, there's what we got. Ultra Magnus right here. They sent us an Ultra Magnus.
He's not ready for the Autobox or the Autobot matrix of leadership.
4 red, green, white for a 7/7 robot with more than meets the eye. You may cast this card converted for 2 red, green, white. Ultra Magnus has Ward 2, and whenever it attacks, you may put an artifact card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. If you do, convert Ultra Magnus at the end of combat. That's so powerful.
Yeah.
That's preposterous. Also, the convert. Okay, I know it's stupid that Magic uses the word transform and that they're using convert on these.
Yeah.
That's a thing from, I don't know why, but that's a thing from the Transformers brand that, like, officially Transformers convert.
Is it not due to? I thought it was a legal issue.
I
That
think
they
it-
don't want to generalize.
Transforming?
Like
I think
when
so.
Optimus Prime transforms, he transforms. But if Optimus Prime transforms alongside Brutal Cathar, then it's just
I have
it's
no
not
idea.
Optimus Prime
I don't know.
transforming.
Anyway, what it's weird.
We haven't even gotten to rolling out.
It's no. What I'm saying is it's unrelated to Magic. I'm saying that they use the terminology convert in the Transformers brand before this. I don't know why. I can't defend it. I'm just saying.
The
What I've heard.
converters.
I'm saying what I understand.
Okay.
The other side of Ultra Magnus, by the way, is Ultra Magnus Armored Carrier, a 4/7 vehicle with living metal. As long as it's your turn, the vehicle is also a creature. And haste and formidable. Whenever Ultra Magnus attacks, attacking creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. If those creatures have a total power 8 or greater, convert Ultra Magnus.
So all these Transformers cards are extremely cool.
They're so cool.
They're so cool. Their abilities are thematic.
Yep.
I'm a diehard Transformers fan.
Oh yeah.
Grew up on that. And the artwork for the like just pulled right from the cartoon.
Like, these are just actual animation cells, aren't they?
I'm not entirely sure. They sure look like
They
it.
sure look like it.
It's so jarring to me. Now there's an alternate art for
Yeah,
them.
the shattered glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that looks fine. That actually, that kind of stuff, it's less nostalgic for sure, but it taps into the I played the Transformers, the Wizards of the Coast made Transformers card game.
Yeah.
And loved that card game. And the artwork for that was more akin to this.
Wasn't it also called Convert in that game?
So the art in this is great.
So, yeah, I don't know about the whole transform thing. It's dumb. But big shout out to Scryfall, who changed the transform button to say convert. This is the other side, by the way.
Oh man.
Yeah, see, that looks so much better. And
That's so
I
sick.
typically don't like other alternate borders. But that
I was
I think
very
these
sad
look
that
really
these
good.
didn't appear in draft boosters because we only got draft boosters for this set.
God, imagine opening a draft booster of Brothers War and you're like, do I take Wormcoil or Megatron? Oh my God, somebody passed Wheeljack. How's he still in this pack?
Wheeljack. Goldbug? What?
Are you
They-
familiar with Goldbug?
Yeah, they have it's one of the cards.
Yeah.
They've printed a gold bug. They've also announced as part of they have a big secret lair. Super drop whatever thing with also they have
Just saw that.
they have Megatron and Optimus Prime and the Matrix, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and Megatron is like Light Steel and Optimus Prime is Dark Steel Colossus,
Yeah,
which in one way kind of shows that evil would triumph.
Yeah.
That doesn't, but
Yeah.
you know.
The Transformers things are cool. I don't know. I like them. I'm beyond particularly caring about Universes Beyond. I know that like, yes, the cardboard crack comic of like, I equip the Glamdring onto my Naruto and Super Saiyan attack you is very funny. What are you guys playing? Magic the Gathering, can't you tell?
Yeah.
But
I mean, here's the thing. Our friend said this the other day. Was like, Magic is doing so many weird things that I love that is making me, like, as a non-Magic player, is making me want to buy Magic cards.
yes,
And it's just like,
a non-Magic playing friend of ours said this to us the other day on stream.
and it's just like, there is the exact reason they are
There you
doing
go.
Universes Beyond.
Yep.
That is it.
Yeah. I would. There's a part of me that wishes that if we are going to do this, it would be like the Fortnite secret layer that we talked about. But that's not the world we live in, and you just kind of have to embrace the chaos of like, yeah, sure, hit me with your Star Scream. Like, it's just so goofy that you know.
Not going to gloss past it. November 30th was the release of the Magic 30th Anniversary Edition.
Oh.
Blink and you miss it. It was like 35, 40 minutes.
And they sold out?
So, so again, this is, look, you want to talk about tinfoil hat conspiracy theories. I have no idea what happened. Undeniably, the wording that they used in their tweet was very strange.
Yeah.
Right. The sale has now concluded and the product is no longer available. Thank you for joining us, or whatever it was that they said. It was like, what does that mean? The idea that it's like, oh, they shut it down early so that anyone who got in, with the collectors, and to make sure that, again, I think you're ascribing too much evil villainy. I think that there was no limit on how many you could buy, for one thing. I don't know. I think it probably did sell out to bots and scalpers.
That's my assumption.
Yeah.
The only reason why I would even give it a second thought.
Nobody that I've seen online is willing to own up to having bought any.
But nope. I've also not seen anybody say they couldn't, and that's the only reason why I would maybe think maybe it just wasn't selling. But like, I have a really hard time believing that was the case.
I mean, if it is,
no, that's the only thing. Is it somebody pointed out that, like, when something like this happens, like we saw exactly this with the whatever the 30th anniversary advent calendar thing.
Yeah.
Right. That thing legitimately sold out. A lot of people tried to buy it. A lot of people couldn't get it, and a lot of people voiced their opinions about not being able to get it.
Some people accidentally ended up with 2.
Yeah, that was not the case for this product.
No, I didn't see anyone talking about it.
So I don't know. I'm so confused. I don't understand. Everything about this product has been just completely
very
ludicrous.
bizarre.
Yeah.
It's just been weird.
Like we said before, and I will continue to say again, this was nothing about this product was a community celebration of 30 years of Magic the Gathering.
I still think Cameron knocked it out of the park with never has everyone been so few people. Like, that's just the perfect summation of this.
Like, this was if this was meant to be the product that would celebrate 30 years of Magic, it was terrible at doing that.
Yeah.
Completely from every angle. So, and there's some terrible discussions about, like, whether it's good or bad, or I've seen a lot of people now get really annoyed at people complaining about it. It's like, look, if the stated goal was a celebration of 30 years of Magic, this was a failure at every step.
Mm-hmm. I did buy 5,000 units of this product.
I mean,
I'm a little biased.
I would have loved to have drafted this on Friday Night Paper Fight. Are you kidding me? A beta draft?
Yeah.
Like, that would have been fantastic.
It wasn't even designed to be drafted.
It would have been horrible, but it would have been fun. It would have been a celebration. It would have been like, oh my God, like, I played this Black Lotus. It would have been great.
Yeah. I've seen so many great suggestions of other things they could have done. Reprint collector's edition, do literally everything that they did here, but the boosters are like $6.
Yeah.
Instead of
a
$250.
Yeah.
Anyway. Bad idea. Which brings us to today, the day of recording. There's 2 new products out today. Yeah, exactly. One of them.
Two?
So Jumpstart 2022.
Yeah.
Obviously we haven't played it yet. It looks sweet. I've glanced across the various packets because I basically just want to be surprised. I know that there's 4 packs of angels. There's 1 pack that's just called gross. It's a variety of things. I only got to see the brand new cards. I don't know what reprints are in here. I'm stoked because this looks like proper Jumpstart again and not the set related Jumpstarts. So sweet.
Wheeler, you're going to want to pretend that this next product is the one that you knew about based on your new current role this year.
My role?
Well, what role did you pick? We kind of glossed over
I
this.
should have mentioned that. I actually meant to bring that up as part of the 2022 year in review.
Yeah.
Because your position.
Oh, that
on
I'm a
the-
member of the Commander Advisory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know what this next product Graham's going to talk about is?
The 5 intro Commander decks.
Starter commander deck.
I didn't know that I was aware of that product. I thought
Yeah.
that was coming out close. Oh my god, it's December. I need to pay rent. Oh my god. Okay, that explains. Yeah, no, this is great.
Yeah, they come out.
Slam dunk.
Yeah, they come out today. They're like low powered is the wrong word. They're commander decks with a bunch of cards that basically enfranchised players aren't really going to care about, and so they're priced accordingly at they're aiming for $21, and this is what a great inroad for people to just pick up a commander deck
So
and
good.
start to play.
Yeah.
There's there's First Flight with Isperia Supreme Judge. That's Azorius, obviously. There's Grave Danger, blue-black with Gisa and Geralf, or Gisa and Geralf. There's Chaos Incarnate with Carder Doomscourge in
Carder.
red-black. Close the Carder. There's Draconic Destruction with a Tarka World Render in green-red. And there's Token Triumph with Imara Soul of the Accord in green-white. And
Hell yeah.
each of the decks has a you get the commander. You also get the etched foil, whatever the card, and tokens, and a deck box, and a collector booster sample pack with 2 cards, like they've done in the last several years. These seem like a terrific product.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I think I understand from a selling point, calling something low powered isn't the most enticing. But
Yeah,
I
I
do
didn't
think
really know how else to describe it.
Yeah, it's awkward. I do think low power is not necessarily if anything, to me that's great.
Yeah,
I low powered stuff is fun.
bring it.
When else do you get to play it?
Yeah.
And if everybody's on the same, playing field, then hell yeah.
Yeah.
Just jam some big idiots that died of Doomblade and have them die to Doomblade or whatever, it's
Mhm.
but yeah, more intro commander products. This is what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
I do think we'll probably wrap it up with how we feel about the past year, but I would rather see more product like this
Mhm.
than Streets of New Capenna releasing 5 commander decks.
They certainly are making a lot of commander decks. That's true. So yeah, we don't know what's going to happen for the rest of this month. Hopefully not much. Traditionally, Wizards takes the last half of December off, so there's a limit to how much they can do. But that's 2022 over the course of 2 episodes of Tap Tap. Nearly 90 minutes at this point. 90 minutes for this episode. Jeez, Christo. All right.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. So what do you? It's a good thing it was only the 2 of us and James. What's how was 2022? Broad strokes.
Complicated.
Yeah.
Starting on a really high
Mm-hmm.
and ending on a, if we ignore Magic
Heading on a couple of
30.
highs, I think.
I'm not going to interact with Magic 30 outside of people asking me Ben, how do you feel about this? And it's just I don't care.
I don't think about you at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Bro and Kamigawa together, and it's hell yeah,
Yeah.
great. Everything in the middle. the Commander Legends, phenomenal set for drafting too.
Yeah. I was trying
have-
to graph it. It's just jiggling up and down wildly.
I do think that I would like to see them slide back in the saddle a bit with some new product. You know, I want to see, like most people, I want fewer issues of new product. Reprint product, I don't care. Print as many reprint sets, beginner sets, whatever. I don't qualify those. Secret layers, also don't care. Just the more, like, it's basically just their way of being like, so you like altars, huh? Here you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, have as many of those as you like, but I don't know. I think it's pretty all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want something hotter? Or?
No.
Okay.
No. As I weird. That's not really our style. I'm never going to force someone to get angry when they're not actually angry. 2022. Again, I mentioned that a lot of this year was a blur for me. But that meant I did spend a lot of time online, where the discourse resides, gathering power until one day it is released again. And I don't know. Wizards did a lot of stuff that I really, really liked this year in terms of product. They released a lot of products I really, really liked. They also released a lot of products that I just couldn't have cared about. And a couple things that I thought were just a bad idea, obviously. But I definitely, I think we talked about this even last year. We've talked about it during the year as well. There's just so much. There's so much, and it's all the time. And the thing is, most people, regular people, nobody involved in the production or listenership of this show, the people I'm talking about. I'm talking about normal people, not any of us.
Folks that aren't terminally online.
Yeah. Believe me, that's not a slight at you, the listener. I am including myself in this as well. They don't need to care about most of it, and they don't care about most of it.
Yeah.
We feel like we do. We, as content people, obviously definitely feel like we do, and it can be exhausting. But people who are just even existing on Magic Twitter or the subreddit, who want to keep up on all the news because this is a game that they love and they want to have all the things of the game that they love, are seeing literally endless stuff come out. And it's like there was spoilers for Explorer Anthology and Jumpstart at the same time on the subreddit, like just after Brothers War came out. And I literally saw people in threads go like, hold on, what is this for?
Yeah.
What product is this in? Why, and it's just like, there's the Jumpstart and these commander decks are coming out today. We care about them.
Yeah.
Most people don't, and they don't have to, nor do they care to.
Yeah. I think it's a combination of like, well, your average Magic player, the majority of Magic players, the example I always give is like, they would walk into a store when like Guilds of Ravnica came out, and they go like, oh cool, we went back to Ravnica. Last time we were there was 2005. Like, they just like are missing RTR block entirely.
Right.
They just have these massive like gaps because their relationship with Magic is they walk into a game store or like a PharmaSave or whatever at London Drugs and buy like packs and then play with their friends, or they have like a commander deck that hasn't been updated in 2 years and they bust it out like once every like 3 months or whatever. And so for them, if they roll up and they have a better selection of what to pick up, cool. Great. They don't care that the set's been out for like 9 months at the time. To them, it doesn't mean anything. And then for enfranchised players, Magic was a game where if you were enfranchised and like in love with the game, you would be able to pick up or know every single product, every single change. You would like, even if you weren't invested into a specific thing, like even like banned and restricted list update day was a big day because everybody would know that this shift was happening. And when a new product was announced, people would know it was happening. And it's transitioned from that to less, not so much the game where everybody is in tune to every single thing, but to like a games system, right? And where there are people that only play 4-player Commander.
Yeah.
That's it. They don't even know that you can play 60 card Magic.
Yeah.
That's not a thing to them. And I mean, I imagine the quarantine has to do with this as well, where we've been online for so long that we just we soak up everything all the time now,
Mm-hmm.
and it makes it even worse. Like, we're just focused on every little release that comes out. And that's just not healthy. And I'm not putting the onus on the consumer to like interact with this.
Yeah.
Because like I said before, slow down. Quit putting out so much product.
Yeah.
But also
Addressed to wizards, dear wizards.
to wizards.
Pump the brakes a bit.
Yeah. But also like do yourself a favor, because that's so like and just stop caring about every single secret layer, or stop caring about like every intro product, right? Like if it comes out and you're like, what's this? Okay. That's fine. That can exist.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened with the starter commander decks, right? I was like, hold on, because we do a show with commander involving pre-constructed decks.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wait, there's 5 new commander decks coming out just now at the end of the year? What the heck? And I go look and it's like, oh, the starter decks. Oh, sweet. Oh, what a great idea for new players.
Yeah.
I no longer care.
Yeah. I think
We might add them to the wheel of precons, but from a consumer perspective, it's like, oh, don't care.
Yeah, I think the game has made a shift, but obviously the culture and the community surrounding it is going to lag behind naturally. And then also just, I don't think they want to change, right? People want to go back to a time where they're able to recognize every single product and every single release.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I identify with that a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the stuff is very overwhelming, especially when you have to, like, at least in my position, I have to know every arena release too.
Yeah, you have to know stuff for Gladiator and Highlander and Commander.
Yeah. But
You're in a worse position than I am.
it's hell, Graham, but I love it. I love that slop. Yeah. I think this year maybe was the best example of it, of where like taking a step back, even from a mainline like set like New Capenna. It's just like, I don't like this, so why do I need to?
I don't need to know about it.
Yeah, I'll pick up a ledger shredder and then I'll be on my way.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine. And then if I want to check back at it, great, I can do that. It's there.
Mhm.
It's not going anywhere. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Magic 30 sucks.
James, did you have any added thoughts?
No, I think I agree with everything Wheeler more or less just said.
Mhm.
It's been a lot. There has been some really good highs. I mean, I was going to ask the two of you to rank the draft formats because I'm curious. And like when I think about all of the limited sets this year, they've all been great, with unfortunately the exception of New Capenna, which I agree wasn't all that great, and I just didn't really enjoy it as much, and that's too bad. Because nobody wants to just watch a set fail like that. But yeah, there's just it's a lot. There is a lot, and the lows were particularly low this year, especially surrounding the 30th anniversary edition. And that has left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. And I hope that we see more celebrating 30 next year, which is, by the way, their actual 30th.
That's the actual.
That's the actual 30th anniversary.
Wait,
year.
what?
Well,
because
Magic
93.
It came out in 93. So it I really hope that we see more celebrating Magic 30 because we haven't heard of anything yet. And it worries me that what we've already gotten, which is like the event that I was able to get to in October, and these few sets are kind of it.
Because the next one, they're not even calling a Magic 30 event. They're just calling it
it's just Magic Con.
It was going to be called Magic 30.
Which is fair. It's like, call it Magic Con all you want. That's chill if you want to do, because you're going to do all these. You're going to do 4 of these a year surrounded by the Pro Tour. That makes sense. But I hope we see more surrounding Magic 30, because I think it is something that is worth celebrating. And I don't feel like the community as a whole has actually gotten anything yet that a big portion of us can like latch on into and celebrate, right? Like very few people in the community got to go to the event. Very few people got to order the advent calendar. Very few people ordered, or if any, ordered Magic 30th anniversary, right? Like there hasn't actually been something yet celebrating 30 years of Magic that I feel like everybody has gotten on board with.
The in-store promos, we talked about this on
those are cool. Yeah.
On when we did the Magic
those are
30
great.
version of this. Those are phenomenal.
Yeah.
But
forgot to mention that.
we forgot to mention that. I think that might be the best thing, although we've only got a couple of them so far.
Yeah.
And that's going to be for
early.
next year.
Yeah.
But I think that's the best thing, one of the best things they've done ages.
Yeah.
It's just such a good idea. But I think I agree with you in that I like that, but also like a big thing. You know,
Yeah.
you want the
Well,
surprise.
And that's the thing that's like one of the most disappointing for me for Magic 30th anniversary is that that feels like it could have been the big thing.
Yeah.
Like, here is Magic's first set. We want everybody to be able to experience it. We're going to make a really fancy $1,000 version, and that could have existed, and I would have been fine with it. But instead, we got what we did, and it just fell flat, and it's too bad because I think that would have been great. We could have drafted it on stream, and people could have been opening it all over the world for Christmas and opening Black Lotuses and reliving 30 years. Yeah, it would have been so cool, and it just didn't happen, and it's a bummer. So
God, opening that would have got me to get a box, or well, tell my husband to get me a box. Yeah.
So, very quickly,
yes,
to your other thought, I never drafted double masters.
Yeah.
And I never drafted Innistrad double feature.
yeah. I mean, go.
So I will ignore those.
You could even just go with the 4 standard sets.
Okay, that's a lot easier.
Go with the 4 standard sets.
Kamigawa, Dominaria United, Brothers War, New Capenna.
Correct. That's me.
That's
as well.
that's my.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
He says.
I mean,
Oh,
Do you
yeah?
have a correct answer?
Stand back, gentlemen.
yeah.
Kamigawa, bro,
Oh,
DMU.
I
Swap those two.
I feel like that might be true in a few
That
weeks
might
if
also
I
be true,
play
yeah.
more. I just haven't
Yeah.
drafted Bro enough. Yeah.
DMU might actually be a better draft set, but I have more fun drafting, bro.
That's fair.
I think that's reasonable. Yeah.
I just thought you were going to be like New Capenna, New Capenna, New Capenna, and New Capenna.
No, I think that the actual top is for me is Baldur's Gate.
Honestly, yeah.
And then maybe
Yeah.
Double Masters, but
I mean, the 2 supplementary sets this year were very good.
I only drafted it once, but unstable bangs. So
And Unstable.
Or
Yeah.
Unfinity.
Unfinity, yeah. All 3 of those sets
wanna
were just
draft this,
fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's super fun. You get stickers. They're great. Yeah. Well, that was 2 episodes of the Year in Review. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you stuck with us.
What a duo to do this.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Just recounting each other about the part of the year that we missed.
Yeah. It was really helpful,
Yeah.
honestly. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining us for this. It was really enjoyed that. If you want to buy yourself some pieces of cardboard, head on over to cardkingdom.com/LRR. They're a good bunch of folks, and that's why we keep working with them. Tell them you want a button. They'll give it to you.
It might not be the button you mentioned at the start, just
Yeah.
based on the fact that this episode is
In
a
90
few-
minutes?
in a yeah. With this episode going out in a few weeks, there's a chance that the button you mentioned at the top of the show might be different.
Can we tease what the next one would be?
Do you know what the next one would be?
I can find out.
I can find out. You thank the patrons.
Okay. This show is also brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. You support not only Tap Tap Concede, obviously, but everything that we do here at Loading Ready Run, and we couldn't do it without you. So we really, really appreciate your help. Were you able to find the spreadsheet in time?
Yep, sure
And?
was. And the next button might be a pox upon the auto tapper.
Ah, yes. A pox upon the auto tapper. I forgot about that one. It's a good one.
Auto tapper.
Yeah. Until next time. No, I guess now you can let us know if we missed anything that happened this year, and we'll address it. Never.
Nickname.
Brothers Were Nicknames episode coming up soon.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention this last week. So head over to lrr.cc/nicknames, get your nicknames in, and then at some point it's going to switch into vote mode, and then you got to vote for ones that you like, and then we'll read them out on the show.
It's very likely that vote mode will go into effect the day this episode goes out. So head over and vote. It's
Yeah.
probably too late to get suggestions in, but go vote.
Yeah. So until next time, I've been Graham, joined by Wheeler and James on Tech. Heather gets these online. Thanks all so much for listening and watching. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.